from the show that is always on your side. This is Eye to Eye, Kansas City.
Hello everyone, thank you for joining us for part 2 of the Decision 2014 before the election special. I'm getting ready to start the after the election special program, but before the election special program. But before I give you the latest candidates that are going to be on the ballot for the November 4th general election, I'd like to take some time to make sure that everybody, and I do mean everybody, gets to vote, gets to get themselves together, because everybody has to vote. You don't like how your streets are being handled, you don't like how things are being ran around this state, get your butts to the poll. Stop complaining. Stop wearing my ears out. I'm tired of getting clogged ear. And I'm going to start letting it get clogged, because some of y'all talk bullshit anyway. I'm just saying it. Some of y'all just talk some bull crap every single election. I'm going to go vote and I ain't seen you nowhere. So that's on you. But let's get down to some serious business with the latest news and commentary real quick. Now I done lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. With the State of Students address with the Superintendent Stephen Green, he addressed the current gains from regaining provisional accreditation for the Kansas City Public Schools from the Kansas City Public Schools system. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I'm underneath the weather, so I do want to apologize. He addressed the progress from those test scores and talks about not stopping the progress and continuing on. He hopes to have a lot of progress made to get full accreditation for the Kansas City Public School system. From what I've gathered is that there's 4 schools that have reopened now. On the latest edition that you've seen, you've heard me talk about 2 middle schools that have reopened, where we've talked about 2 former closed schools due to the district's right-sizing plan. Now, I'm going to add to those 2 that we've mentioned with Central and Northeast middle schools. Hale and Richardson have reopened as well under the Kansas City school system. So there is in total of 4 reopened schools in the Kansas City public school system. But State of the Students address predominantly talked about the provisional accreditation and the need to strive for more success and things of that nature. For what I've heard is that do we have any more information on that? And here's a little snippet of what we've gotten from the superintendent himself. All right, everybody. What we're going to go ahead and do is get straight on to the candidates that is going to be on the November 2014 general elections ballot. For state auditor, Tom Sedgwick, which is the Republican candidate. For state auditor, Steen O'Toole is going to be the Libertarian candidate. Rodney Forthing will be the constitutional candidate. And, of course, there will be a write-in candidate. I don't think there is a Democratic name on there. And if there is, I don't think the Kansas City Election Board provided that on here. That's all I'm going to say. For U.S. Representative District 5, you got also 3 names. And, of course, we all know this name all too well, being the former mayor of Kansas City. Emmanuel Cleaver II is the Democratic candidate. Jacob Turk is the Republican candidate. And Roy Wellborn is the Libertarian candidate for District 5 U.S. Representative seat. For the state representative, I'm just going to go through the districts. For District 19, John Joseph Rizzo. District 22, our friends of the program, Brandon Ellington. And in my district, District 23, Randy D. Dunn is also going to be the candidate. for that. District 24, Judy Morgan is going to be the Democratic candidate. Jeremy LaFavre is going to be the 25th District Democratic candidate. 26th District, Gail McCain Betty is going to be the Democratic candidate. Bonet V. Mims is going to be the Democratic candidate for the District 27. And for District 28, Tom McDonald is going to be the Democratic representative. For District 29, there's going to be two candidates. John B. Sutton is going to be the Democratic candidate. Joel Torpe is going to be the Republican candidate. Mike Serport is going to be the 30th District's Republican candidate. For District 35, Ken Duvall is going to be the Democratic candidate. And Gary Cross is going to be the Republican candidate. Kevin McNews is going to be the Democratic candidate. And Nona Woods is going to be the Republican candidate. For District 37, John Unions will be the District 37's candidate. And District 56, Patty Johnson is going to be the Democratic candidate. And for the Republican candidate, Jack Bonden. For County Executive for Jackson County, Mike Sanders, as we all know too well, as the Democratic candidate. Bryce Stewart as the Republican candidate. Oh, excuse me. And Richard Charles Tolbert will be the Libertarian candidate. And of course, there will be an option for you to write in. And there's going to be a lot of options for you guys to write in on some of these districts for state representative and other elected office that I have spoke on today. Not all, but most positions will have the write-in option. For county legislature, 1st District at large, Frank Wright will be the Democratic candidate. Weldon Ray Woodward will be the Republican candidate for District 1 at large for county legislature. For the for the district, 2nd District at large, Crystal Williams, Robert A. Stringfield, Cease Spraggins. Hopefully I said her last name right. Spraggins. For 3rd District at large, Tony Miller. For Tony Miller, 3rd District at large, Tony Miller, Democratic candidate. For the 1st District, Scott Burnett as the Democratic candidate. 2nd District, Alfred B. Jordan is another Democratic candidate. For District 3, you're going to have different parties, all 3 different parties. Dennis Watts, probably Watts, for the Democratic candidate. For 3rd District, Raymond Wilson as the Republican candidate. Richard W. McKay as the constitutional candidate. For the 4th District, Daniel T. Tarwater the 3rd for the Democratic candidate. In 6th District for the for Teresa Galvin, and she's going to be the Republican candidate for that. There. And of course, you're going to be voting on, I'm not going to give you the judges' names, but because it's going to be too many. And some of them, I don't want to get the negative rep from just me reading them. So what I want to do is just read. You're going to be dealing with the Missouri Supreme Court judges. You're going to be dealing with the Missouri Court of Appeal judges, Western District. You're going to be dealing with the circuit judge with 16 in Division 2 through 2 and 10 and 14, 15, 18, and so forth and so on, and the associate circuit judge, and so forth and so on. So just log on to KC Online. Just log on to kceb.org, and we will have the latest of the followings there. What I'm going to do is take a break, and we will be right back here on Eye to Eye, as I will be talking more news and commentary and more on the November 4th general election. We'll be right back.
This sandwich is two things in one. On the outside, a sweet, fluffy King's Hawaiian bun. On the inside is savory brisket from Texas, smoked with hickory wood for at least 13 hours. Hawaii and Texas, sweet and savory. Mahalo, y'all. Aloha, cowboy. Arby's, we have the meat.
Got possibilities, let us give it a try. I see possibilities, maybe more than meets the eye.
John and Horace Dodge launched their first car in 1914. But they were not only business partners, they were brothers. Competitive, stubborn, and always pushing each other the way only brothers can. 100 years later, their spirit lives on.
Hello everyone, thank you for joining us back here on the Before the Election special, the 2014 Before the Election special here on I2I Kansas City. And what you've seen on the After the Election special is going to be almost the exact duplicate of what you're going to see on this turnaround with the latest of election results when it pertains to what's going on in Kansas City and what's going on in our state in terms of election results. And I'll give my 2 cents on what's going on. Today I'm not going to give too much of my 2 cents because there is a lot of stuff that is going on and there is a lot of things that is taking place. But what I want to talk about a little bit, and kind of going back to our part 1 edition, and what we found out, and what I just got in here, is that Clay Chastain, the one that has been pushing for light rail, for his personal light rail plan for years here in Kansas City, we've been hearing some rumors and some information that he would be the potential mayoral candidate here in Kansas City, Missouri, for the mayoral race coming soon in the near future, next year. I hope he doesn't win. I'm sorry. I hope he doesn't win because it smells like baloney to me. It really does. It really smells like baloney. And if it smells like baloney, excuse me, it is baloney. And like my mother, like someone says to you, and some of you may have heard this say, if it ain't fixed, if it ain't broke, why fix it? You know I'm tired and sick, so that lets you know something ain't right with me. So I need a lot of fixing. But what I'm going to talk about more into is Dan Coffin. You know, now I think you're going to see a lot more faces coming out that you probably haven't heard before, or in the case of Dan Coffin, that you've probably heard before back in 1987 and 85, 87, or so forth, to 95. And then he comes and reappears in every mayoral race. He's a familiar face. But I don't think, and when we gave you that poll a while back on i2ikc.com about Mayor Sly James being reelected, some of you say he will be reelected, thumbs down. Some of you say he's going to have a problem being reelected, but it wasn't a lot of you that said it. But what I'm going to say is that Mayor Sly James has got his work done for him. He's going to be reelected. with no doubt, he's going to be reelected. There's going to probably be some debates here in the near future that we're going to be listening to and hearing about. So I hope that the 2016 mayoral race is interesting. But I hope that the two candidates after Mayor Sly James, I hope that they don't come in here and act like a fool, which I can already get a tell, given that Clay Chastain has already acted a fool once before. There was some kind of speak of him going on this ballot, and I didn't see anything on the sample ballot about Clay Chastain's revised plan. And I guess they had already put it on the ballot, so null and void on the expansion of it. So what else you want to happen? I mean, that's all I'm asking. What else would you like to have happen? Because it ain't happening. It is ain't happening the way that you want it to have happen. But what I'm going to do is I am going to say this, and I know I say it a lot, but this is my final word today here on the program. I want to talk to my young kids out there, my young teenagers, my young viewers, my young adults, my young followers, viewers that are watching this program. And I want to tell you something. No matter what challenges that you're facing, no matter what people tell you, and it's negative, you can't do this, you won't be able to do nothing, you're full of it, all you will ever be is crap. I can't say what I want to say within reason, of course. Don't listen to that. And I know that sounds so generic, but it's so true, because these are the same people that love to sell hope. I mean, they would love to sell hopelessness, shall I say, not hope. These are the same people that don't care about people's welfares. They care about their interests. And especially those who are not for one's success and one's particular rise, but one's demise. I don't want our young kids to go out here and continue on the trend of being nothing and being a part of nothing, because we don't have time for that. We don't have any kind of clues for that. We don't have any time to be sitting up here and continuing on high school dropouts and continuing on the trend of drug usage in this city, in this nation, and in this state. I'm so tired of some people telling our young generation, my generation, and people after my generation, that they aren't worth anything, that they ain't worth. In generations before mine, I'm so tired of that being passed down. You're not going to be worth anything. You're not going to be given anything. You're not going to be a part of anything. And I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it. Coming from the people that say that they are about the rise of our community, but they always telling our kids they ain't going to be nothing. They always telling our young kids, our brothers and sisters, our nieces or nephews, that they aren't going to be nothing. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you're not concerned about the youth, then who is? Who is concerned about the youth other than your silly ass self? I'm sorry. I'm sick and tired of our generation, and I'm sick and tired of this society, of this really messed up society, giving our kids false hope, giving our kids the wrong message, giving our kids nothing to live by, nothing to hang on to. I'm sick and tired of it. I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of it. It makes no sense, and it's usually baseless. So until somebody can give me some good answers, and somebody can change the trend around here and around the world about this thing, and then even around the nation even, we're going to be stuck with this problem. But I do want to say thank you for watching, and I do want to say go out there and vote on November 6th. I dare you. I mean November 4th, not 6th. November 4th, Tuesday. That is on a Tuesday. Polls open 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. sharp. Get your butts in that poll. Get your butts to that polling office. Don't disappoint me. Don't disappoint those around your community. Get your butts in that poll. Get your butts to that polling place. And let's get started to make some changes around our community. I'll see you next time for a regular edition of Eye to Eye, and of course the after the election special for the 2014 segment version of our program. We'll see you next time, everybody. We'll talk again. Have a good day. God bless.